Ah, there's my hand again, showing that I actually am making a recording. Good news. Okay, this is the painting that I wanted to show you guys from start to finish last time that unfortunately only got half finished. And I don't promise to make another one exactly like it because that's just not the way freestyle art works. I'm a little disappointed right now. Somebody just canceled an order for painting, so I'm not going to be getting my GAC 800 like I was hoping for, but fortunately most of my colors are mixed already and we have plenty to do with what we've got. Anyway, so I'll just get on with that. Spiral on coming up. I'm going to start getting the bugs and the foreign objects and the organic matter off. I'm going to put a spiral shape right in the middle. To guide me and try and get my paint out of my way. Today I took my wet rag, like the one I use to wipe my tools on, and I folded it up inside one of those chip clips. And it's nice and damp. I squeeze out, I can't really show you, I squeezed out everything that would drip out. So now, instead of adding stripes like I did the last time, I'm just going to do what I did in the video where I did a circle recently. I don't know if you saw that or not. It doesn't really matter, but it was fast to lay out, so that's what we're going to do. And I was going to squeeze all kinds of random patterns, but I love this color, and I keep having this idea that if I put stripes around, I'll still be able to swipe. I'm sorry, I'm not talking. But I'm just going to keep working. And you can keep hoping that this turns into something decent. I think a few puddles here and there won't hurt anything, since we're going to be dragging that rag through everything. And this is a 16 by 20 inch canvas, and the other one was a lot smaller. So I thought it would probably be an okay idea to facilitate time by not trying to add lots of puddles of paint, which worked okay. It didn't sell. The whole point to trying to make cells with just Floetrol and no silicone, which is what this is to agitate the paint enough so it decides to do it on its own. I'm just putting these down randomly and using colors I like, because I can, and I do. And I might not be quite as chatty as usual because I'm a little bummed. But that's okay, something will work out. It always does. Usually my husband has pity on me, at least lately. Plus I have a couple shows coming up. Something is bound to sell sooner or later. Well, just make it so good they can't resist you. It's a theory anyway that I'm working with. Hey, the paint's coming out of everything today. That's so awesome. I like it when that happens. I'm not trying to make it thicker as I go down because I have a suspicion, and I may have another wet rag standing by as we get lower and lower in this composition, that the paint is going to accumulate on the rag. I don't know that, and if it doesn't work out, you won't see it, so I'll let you know. Time for some green and some turquoise. I don't know, I'd like to think that there's enough paint, but sometimes too much paint isn't a good thing either. I had somebody make a comment that they didn't want to do the swipe I showed because they thought that the there would be a problem with cracking, but I don't have that problem. I think it's mostly because I use the GAC 800 10%, like I'm always going to remind you, 10% GAC 800 to 90%, excuse me, yeah, 90% color, that's right. I want something to brighten that up. I want to start over there. Kind of wish I'd made up another rag ahead of time, but I did make sure that there are enough rags around here. Oh, I like that blue. I had some really thick blue in the bottom of a bottle, and there was no way that it was going to be useful for anything. So just poured a bunch of Floetrol in there until it shook around. And lo and behold, this morning it was fine, except for the lumps from the Floetrol, which there seemed to be aplenty. But I tipped it slowly, and they didn't come out, and I was pleased by that. I think I'm gonna, oh yes, that's what I want right there. I don't know, they're pretty colors to me, but they also seem like every color, so I've always had a sense about color, and evidently I'm doing okay with it. Now, I'm on a turntable, so that, in theory, should make this a lot easier. And move my paint a little out of the way. So I'm going to start, and we can always go back and add things. Oops, it moved. That's nice and damp. And one thing I've learned from doing these videos is that no matter where I leave you guys, the paint just continues to change. I'm going to let that become something else right there. We can't tip these because it will throw the circle or the mark completely out. I'm going back because I can. It's my painting. I've got paint on there. It looks useful to me. And dip it right in. Try not to muddy it too much. Go back a little more with that color. Flip the rag over because it does look a little muddy, doesn't it? But this is the first time I've tried this. Hopefully it'll work. And you know I'm going to be filling in inside and outside that spiral with black or white. And I have a nice big container of black right next to me, so I'm thinking that's probably similar to the last one. I like that dripping over the edge there. As long as the paint is fairly thick, we're going to be able to continue to work with it. Drag it out, which is what I did with the last one, which I have still got intentions of doing with this one. I'm going to straighten that edge just enough. You see there's a few cells popping. That's kind of cool. Even up my spiral. Nothing serious going on here. Take this paint. Yeah, that original black line was just a guideline. And honestly, as long as we're thick enough, I can throw a little paint from the squeeze bottles right in there and make adjustments. I can even take some of that and bring it over here because it's my rules and my rules alone right now. It's just a damp cotton rag salvaged from a t-shirt hem. I don't even think there's even a hem on this. This is huge. Oh my god. Okay. I'd like to steal some paint from somewhere. I'm just going to keep working and chatting to you. Hopefully things will work out. They don't seem like they're not working out yet. In spite of my recent disappointment. I don't know how much wider I need that to be. I got some beautiful colors showing through. And last time I made that circle, I forgot to torch for the camera. My head is probably right in your way. I do apologize. It's a beautiful day here. I mentioned that. It's not 100 degrees under my tent, which is making me very happy. This is larger. It might take a little longer, and we might be here for a while, because I'm going to try very hard to show you the whole process this time. It's looking like I'm happy. I mean, I could really leave it right like it is and I'd be pretty happy, to tell you the truth. Just tapping some paint onto my edges. That looks like a fairly decent spiral. I know we got a splooge over there, but I don't panic about splooges much. I just wipe them up. Put that down and bring that right in there. The wet rag is another good usefulness for that wet rag is it will take paint off of a primed canvas. Okay, which I keep getting more and more paint on. So if I mess with the paint, it's going to be inclined to sell. If I grab that torch, we'll find out if it's going to do that or not. I really like that section, but I want a little more of that color over there. So nobody's telling me I can't have it. There's another area along the edge that I want to fill in. I love dragging the rag through and seeing the colors pop out. It makes me happy, what can I say? And I noticed there's a few places where I drag the rag through that are showing canvas through, but we can take paint from somewhere else and give it a good little drag. Because like I said, every time we do that, we release more potential cells. I'm going to get rid of this. This could be a long one. And I forgot what I was looking for. I am looking for a large container of black paint, although the white looks so awesome. No, I'm not. I'm looking for a torch. You're not here to tell me. I'm hoping that this is not running out of fuel. Oh, there's some cells popping right now. This goes out a lot on me. I've had a few paintings light on fire lately. No harm, no foul, fortunately. Ah, it went out. Perfect timing though. Okay, so I hid that rag on myself. So I guess what I'm going to do is take my palette knife, because it's convenient. Show you can move paint with palette knives too. And fingers, and whatever's handy. I'm going to grab a little more of that right there, because I think it needs to be wider there, and I got a lot of green there with some nice gold in there. I'm just going to take that and apply it. Check my edges consistently as I go along, because if I've got paint that I can put in the places it needs to go, that's the time to do it. I know you can't see that, but no big deal. Probably see a lot more of me than I want you to. Okay, I am nervous. I am nervous. But I think my canvas is in your view, and I think I'm going to take that black I was going to take a minute ago. I'm going to put it a little closer than I usually do. To the edge. Oh, I like that pink there. I'm sorry to see that go away. And I am hoping that my favorite little tool, my little tiny silicone spatula with a square end, is someplace really handy. Because after I got that bad news about not selling that painting, I kind of got distracted. Okay, I'm not going to do over there right now because I want to focus on this right now. One area at a time. Maybe we'll save some paint from drying out too quickly. So I'm going to go right about there. In the last video I made, I put way too much white paint in the center, so I'd like to have this cover, but not become extremely gloppy. Okay, well, I can't find the square one, but fortunately, I want that square spatula. Oh, look at that. My tools are actually handy, like I thought they should be. For some reason it just, it leaves a nice layer. And the sooner I can get that layer out there, the more likely it is to dry in a nice even layer without any canvas showing through. The last time we did this, I did not have a turntable, so I'm hoping that will make this faster and easier for both of our sakes. Well, that's funny. I thought I wasn't going to have anything to say, but I seem to be doing okay. I can just sort of kind of, as long as I don't have any paint picking up from that edge over there. Oops. Nice breeze out here today. It'd be nice if it didn't affect anything in a strange way. That was me. I know the last spiral had a lot of tendrils, but I'm kind of really loving this one just the way it is. We'll see how I feel about it when I get there. I have a strong suspicion it might take half an hour to do so. See, that paint is still puddled up on that edge. That's why I usually put the paint right next to the edge but not on it. That way I can push it into the edge like that. Push, push. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's been so nice about your comments about my videos, in spite of the fact that I know I was kind of a little gummy, a little nervous, probably really loud the first day because I had a different camera and the mic was really close to my face. It probably made half of you jump out of your skin. So I think a little more paint all the way around there because I can see just enough canvas through to know that I don't want to do that later because it will leave a mark. So the faster I can get this done, the better off I'll be. I hate the idea of forcing myself to do something quick that I know actually will take time. And putting that paint right up against the edge of that color did not save me any time because I think I'm more comfortable by far pushing it in than pulling it back. But live and learn. You know, you got to try things a new way, or you never find out if there's a better way to do it. That's probably dripping down into my colored area on the other side. And I know at this point I have a better spatula. I need a little wedge-shaped tip. I don't mind the paint being thick. I don't like it cracking. But thick is sometimes a lot better because I don't get the canvas showing through, which I would prefer not to have. And I don't want to have to keep adding more and more and more paint. But I'll tell you one thing, I won't be putting the paint right up to the next to the other layer again because I'm not pleased with how thick that is next to the edge. But by the same token, there we go. When we draw stuff out in tendrils, that might be a big help. That is a rather thin area in that spiral. But fortunately it doesn't look awful. She said hopefully. Anyway, we got some cells popping. We got some pretty colors. There, not next to the edge. Better. Let's see if I can prove what I'm saying. Just drag that right around. Yeah, that's much better. I've got paint on that spatula. The same thing over there. Ooh, I have a lot of paint. So if I were alone and not recording, I would probably take the time, and I may still do it, to let that paint go down over the edge. Rub my thumb in it. Make sure I have something to clean my thumb off. I know you probably can't see that because I know where the camera is supposed to be angled at, and that's not a part of it. So I will try my best when I'm done with this emergency procedure of letting that paint fall down over the edge. Black is not quite as good a coverage as white because obviously if the canvas is already primed, you're halfway home. And I suppose I could try this on a black canvas. I just haven't done that. Doesn't mean I won't.